I recently graduated from an interpreting program. The first year of interpreting, I did a lot of freelance work and I gained so much experience. There were so many work opportunities and I really learned a lot. I want to share some of the things I learned in that year of experience with you. Two years ago, I graduated from RIT. I learned so much, and I had so many different feelings as I was about to graduate. I was really excited, and I was so proud of myself. But I was also really nervous because I didn't know what my future held for me. I was so appreciative of all of the teachers I had and the mentors and all of the friends I made. I felt I really had equal access, and I learned so much from all my peers and teachers. I still keep in touch with all of them. So I definitely want to share this information with all the new interpreters who are about to graduate. If you apply to be an interpreter, there's some things that you need to know. When you go to meetings, they're going to ask you to envision certain situations that would show up as you are an interpreter. And the situation may be a little bit confusing and you won't know what to do. Once you show up to an assignment, you meet your client and you need to language match them. And sometimes you'll have a really great match with your client, and other times you might not. A meeting you're supposed to interpret, you may not be qualified for, and you really need to use your discretion in order to either step out of that assignment or continue with it. That's a really important thing that you should be able to do. Even though I graduated college, I'm still learning. I have so much more to learn. And you will all continue to learn your whole entire life. It's important that we as interpreters will be able to facilitate the language communication and the cultural communication. Just because we've had one sign language class doesn't mean you're ready to go out and interpret. You need to mingle with the deaf community. You can learn a lot from the deaf community. And you will definitely use those skills later on in your career. It's really important for you to learn from all the languages you may know, whether that be English, ASL, or Spanish. It's important for you to keep those up. In order for you to keep up your skills, some things that we may be able to do as an interpreter is called professional development. So that's anything that will help us in our career and help us practice. So for example, if you're involved in professional development activities, you could go to workshops. RID has a lot of workshops that you can attend. And it's also very important to be thinking about certain situations that may happen and how you as an interpreter would handle that. There's so many different scenarios that you can be a part of. Brenda Cartwright wrote a book called 1001 Interpreting Scenarios for Interpreters. And I read it, and there were so many situations that I thought, oh, if that situation happened to me, how would I interpret it? It's really important for you to have that critical thinking. If you want to learn more about visual practice, you can visit the Street Leverage website. I know we all have a little bit of self-doubt, and we think that we're lousy and we can't interpret it at all. And we tend to get caught up on the negatives. But we really need to ignore that and push it aside because we are all great. That negative attitude affects your work more than you think it does. So for example, if I'm interpreting and there is a huge word, I just tend to fingerspell it. And I know I need to improve on that, but that doesn't mean I'm a lousy interpreter. All interpreters are going to have strengths and weaknesses. And we all need to work on our weaknesses to improve. That's not just me, that's everyone. There's no need to beat myself up because of it. I'll just continue to grow and learn. Have you seen that old movie with the actor Adam Sandler? In the movie, there's a chaotic situation, and Adam Sandler's freaking out. I don't know what to do. And a man comes up to him and says, "You can do it." You need to think that in your head, because you can do it. You're going to be a very successful interpreter. And years down the road, you're going to have so much experience, and it's all going to pay off for you. You're going to surprise yourself. I know you will.